Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to talk about what it takes to become a professional magician. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my goal is to help make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about what it takes to actually become a professional magician. We're going to talk about what it means to become a professional magician, whether it be a semi-professional or a full-time professional, all that good stuff. And maybe you're already doing magic professionally, you're making some money and all that good stuff, and you're trying to figure out when is it a good time to become a full-time pro, quit your 9-to-5 job, and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about all of that in this video right after these announcements. So if you have not already done so, please make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to support the channel for just $1 a month, consider clicking the join button and become a Mob Squad member. Members will get access to a bunch of really cool stuff, including tutorials, early access to videos, emojis, badges, and even discounts at O'Brien Magic Shop. All that for just $1 a month. You can help support me, help support the channel, and help support my little 4-year-old girl who just really wants some awesome gifts underneath the tree. You guys know how it is. No, but seriously, if you guys want to click the join button, it really does mean a lot. It helps support the channel. It helps me continue to do these videos. If you can't join for whatever reason, that's totally fine. All I ask is that you guys click that subscribe button, ring the bell, and maybe click the like, leave some comments below. Let me know that you guys are here so that I see you, so that I know that you guys are watching these videos and you are enjoying them. That's all I ask, is that you guys are getting as much out of these videos as I am. I just love doing these videos, and I hope you guys do too. All right, enough of the mushy stuff. Let's talk about this video now. So, what does it mean to become a professional magician, right? Being a professional magician, all that means is that you make money performing magic. It's as simple as that. You go out, you do shows, the client pays you to do magic for them, you're a professional magician. Maybe you go out on the street corner and you do a magic show for a bunch of people on the street. You take off your hat, you throw your hat at the end, and a bunch of people put money in your hat. You're busking for a living. You're a professional magician. Maybe you're doing magic on social media, right? You're performing magic, and on social media, they're paying you to run ads on your videos. You're a professional magician. Maybe you are really creative and you come up with your own magic tricks and you sell them to people. You're a professional magician, right? There are a bunch of different ways to be a professional magician, but it doesn't matter what it is that you do. If you're doing magic and you're getting paid to do magic, you are a professional. That's all that means, right? Now, what's the difference between a semi-professional and a full-time professional, right? Now, a lot of people will tell you that doesn't exist. You're either making money or you don't, right? But for the purposes of this video, when I say semi-professional, what I mean is you're doing magic and you're making money to do magic, but maybe it's not your main source of income, right? Maybe you're working a 9-to-5, you work at a grocery store, or you work in retail, or you're a teacher, or a doctor, or a nurse, or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Maybe that's your main gig, and then you do magic on the side as a way to make some extra money. That's usually what we mean when we say a semi-professional. Now, when we're talking about a full-time professional, we're talking about someone whose main source of income, if not all of it, is performing magic. So for me, for example, I'm a full-time professional. 99.9% of the money that I make is from doing magic. I go out and I do gigs. I get paid to lecture. I get paid to teach. I sell magic on my website. I create magic and sell it. I work in a magic shop. Like, these are all me using magic as ways to make money, right? So this is me being a full-time professional magician. So now that we know what a professional magician actually is, let's talk about what it takes to actually become a professional magician, right? So a lot of people think that professionalism is associated with how good you are, right? Like, oh, you're a professional magician, you must be really good. I'll be honest with you. You can be a professional magician and you can be a terrible performer, right? You could be a working magician and you can be like the worst performer you've ever seen in your life. I know a lot of professional magicians that make money doing magic and there are a lot of hobbyists that are a lot better than them. I'm just gonna leave it there, right? So being a professional magician doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a good performer, but, I'm gonna put a little asterisk right there, but you should be able to perform magic well. You don't wanna put together a shoddy project, a shoddy performance, shoddy product, I should say, and sell it to someone and make money. And the reason for that is you are gonna end up getting a lot of negative reviews in the beginning, and later on in your career, when you do get better, you're gonna have a hard time recovering from that, right? Imagine like I'm a shoemaker and I wanna make money making and selling shoes, right? Well, I can't learn how to make a shoe and then a week later start my shoe business and start selling shoes to all these people. And these people are buying these shoes and they're falling apart like a week later, and now they're leaving you all these negative reviews. These shoes are terrible, they fell apart, blah, 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 whatever, right? Because now, when I do get good at making shoes, I'm gonna have all of these negative reviews there saying how terrible my shoes are. So it's really, really important that when you first start off, that you are competent enough and entertaining enough that you're able to put on a good show for people, right? You shouldn't be messing up halfway through your show. Like imagine like I'm doing a magic show and the person's like, yeah, that Michael O'Brien guy, he did a show for us and halfway through his trick fell apart and he ran backstage and started crying and we never heard from him again, right? Imagine that happens. Now imagine me trying to book a client, I'm on the phone with them and I'm about to close them and they're looking at the reviews and they're like, wait a minute, did you really start crying in the middle of a show and run away and leave the client with, you know, with the check? Like, right? So, excuse me. So, right off the bat, you want to make sure that you come out with all cylinders firing. You're doing good magic, you're getting good reviews, and it's just really going to help you out, right? So, should you be a good performer? Yes, but how good you are has nothing to do with whether or not you're a professional. It just means that you have to, being a professional just means that you're making money doing magic. Now, what else does it take, right? So you have to have a product to sell. We already know that. You have to have a performance. You can't just, someone can't book you for a show and you show up and you're like, I don't know how to do magic, right? So you have to have a performance. You also have to know how to market yourself. When I say market yourself, I mean just like being able to do lead generation, reach out, have people come to your website, get them interested in booking you, all of this good stuff. People have to know who you are. They have to know how to find you, right? Otherwise, you ain't gonna get any business. You have to be able to sell. So when I say sell, I'm talking about getting the client on the phone, explaining to them what it is that you do, telling them what's gonna be best for their event, getting them excited about having you there, and then closing the deal. When I say close, I just mean having them agree to book you and pay you, right, to send you money. So all of that stuff. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, these things. You have to learn about a bunch of other stuff too, right? You have to learn about insurance. You have to learn about, bookkeeping, doing taxes, all of this stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it that's kind of behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about, right? So the actual magic side of the magic business is actually a small part of the business, right? That's just the thing that the client sees. And that's why when you see someone out doing magic, they're a professional working magician, right? And then you go, oh, well, they're making all this money. Like all they do is they just do card tricks for a living. And it's like, yeah, but what you don't know is all of the hours of practice that went into learning that card trick. Plus they have to pay taxes, right? They have to take their own taxes out. Plus they have to pay for all their other bills too. They have to pay for liability insurance, all of this stuff, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. So to become a magician, should I say to become a professional magician, it does take a lot of work. All right, last but not least, let's just say you're already doing magic. You're already making money doing magic. You're doing gigs here and there. And you're starting to make a lot more money doing it. And you want to know, how do I go full-time pro? Like, when is it a good opportunity for me to cut ties with my 9-to-5, fire my boss, and go out and start doing magic full-time, right? So, I highly recommend that you do not 100% quit whatever your full-time gig is, whatever it is that you're doing, your normal day 9 to 5. don't 100% quit that until you know for sure that you're going to be able to survive without it. I know that that sounds like a duh, but hear me out. The money's really good when you're doing gigs. You're booking shows, money's coming in. You're like, wow, dude, like I just made $500 to do like 30 minutes of magic. That's more money than I make working 40 hours a week at my 9 to 5. Heck yeah, man. I'm going to quit that. Or excuse me, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start doing magic full time, right? And then the gigs start drying up. A week goes by. A month goes by. 2 months goes by. You haven't booked anything. And now you're sweating it, right? Because you're like, uh-oh, what do I do? I'm not making any money. I have bills to pay. So you have to have a backup. That 9 to 5 can be your backup, right? So keep on that 9 to 5 until you kind of can't anymore. Maybe that 9 to 5 is preventing you from doing shows, right? You're like, man, I'm turned down 2 shows this week that I could have booked because of my 9 to 5 is in the way, right? So there are kind of ways around it too. Ask your boss, hey, I need weekends off. Or can you work me in the mornings so that I have evenings free so that I can do my shows? Because I'm noticing a lot of my shows are trying to book me in the evening. Or on the other side, can you have me working at night? Because I'm a kids magic entertainer and most of these shows are in the morning, like at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, right? So, excuse me. Ah, man, I need some water. So, essentially, you want to make sure that you have that backup there ready to go, right? Have a contingency plan. It could be anything. Driving for Uber or DoorDash or whatever could be another one too. You just want to make sure that you have some way of keeping that money flowing in. Another thing you could do is make sure that you have a nice savings ready to go too. In the event that the gigs dry up, you're good to go. I watched an interview with Craig Petty where he interviewed Dan Harlan. And Dan said that he saved enough money up. He did the 9 to 5 work grind to save enough money up to last him a year. So if he didn't book anything, didn't make any money for a year straight, he knew that he was going to be good because he had that savings there. So there's a lot of things that you need to think about before you quit that 9 to 5, okay? It's not easy, but it's super rewarding. So if you're already doing magic and you want to start making money, become a semi-professional, just do it here and there, right? And if you are ready to take the leap and become a full-time working professional, that is so awesome. Just make sure you're prepared for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to check out some more magic, visit us at o'brienmagic.com and be sure to check out our online magic shop where you will find the latest and greatest magic books, downloads, and accessories.